Now, where are you from?
I'm from Kirkwood, man. A little small town. We consider it's little Mexico. You know what I mean? We got our own city. It's stamped and approved. So, shit, you come over there, Kirkwood, Georgia. That's what we're gonna call it. You know what I mean? Same place where Scooter from, Casino from, and Future, Mexico Ran, Maceo, Marco, shit. I can go on and on.
And this is Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta. Atlanta. We the hard, man. We the Mecca.
Now, what was it like growing up in Atlanta? Can you paint that picture for us?
Man, Atlanta, man. Growing up in Atlanta, it was rough, especially for me, shit. I really came from nothing, you know what I mean? My mama died when I was 11 years old, so shit, I've been out chill ever since then. I've been out here for a long time. My mama died when I was 11. My grandma, my great-grandma, and my great-auntie, they raised me, you know what I mean? So shit, you know, old people, when you come from being raised by old people, they don't really care about material things or what have you. They just worried about putting food on the table, a roof over your head. So shit, they ain't caring about what we got on, how your shoes look, haircuts or none of that. So shit, I had to get out here. I had to get out here and get it, man. It was rough. It was real rough in Atlanta, man. Especially growing up when I was growing up. Now, Atlanta different, but man, I ain't gonna even say I was selling drugs at a young age, but shit, you best believe I ain't promoting that. You know what I mean? We had to do what we had to do, but shit, we was out here selling candy, you know what I mean? Mowing people's yard, raking people's yard, all of that. Stealing, shit, nigga was a thief in the night, you know what I mean? But shit, we just had to do what we had to do, man. It was rough, you know what I mean?
Growing up, what was your roughest moment for you? Was it when your mom had passed?
Yeah, that had to be my roughest moment. Good night. I still can remember that day like it was yesterday. I actually can remember everything, man.
How did she pass?
My mama died from pneumonia. That shit was crazy, man. Like, I'm finna revisit the whole event. I remember, like, how we stay right across the street from the park, Kirkwood Park. You know what I mean? So, I just remember the ambulance coming in. I remember my mama. I was in the room because it was like, shit, it was like 20 of us staying in a 3-bedroom. Not even a 3-bedroom, shit. We made the living room into a bedroom. So it was like 20 of us. It used to be like 5 beds in each room, you know what I mean? And shit, like 4 people sleep in the same bed, 3, 4 people. But anyway, my mama, I remember I was asleep then. My cousin Bruce, she woke me up. She was like, they finna take your mama to the emergency room. So shit, I went in the living room or what have you, and I just remember my mama like shit. She was like, I'm finna go to the hospital, baby. I'll be back. And I was so young that, you know what I mean, I didn't get to see, when you young, okay, when I don't know, I can't remember now, do they still keep young people from being in the hospital? I don't know, but anyway, I couldn't go to the hospital and see her because of my age, you know what I mean? So my older brother, he could go see her, you know what I mean? So that was the last time I seen her out. That was the last time I seen her in the living room before she passed, you know what I mean? That shit was rough, man. And then I think she stayed in the hospital about 3-4 days. I remember that Saturday morning. Shit. I remember that Saturday morning waking up because we had bunk beds. We had bunk beds in one room along with the other beds. I remember that Saturday morning waking up and I just see my cousin Bruce. She sitting on the other bed and she crying. So I'm like, what the hell going on? And I was like, what wrong? And she ain't say nothing to me, so I went in the dining room. I went in the dining room and shit. I went in the dining room and everybody was in there, you know what I mean? But everybody was looking at me. Nobody said nothing, you feel what I'm saying? Like, nobody didn't say what's going on and then, you know what I mean? So, I think my auntie Ora Lee, God bless her soul, she died in like 2004, 2005. She was like, your mama just passed, Cord. I'm like, man, what? I'm like, no, man. You know what I mean? I'm 11 years old, man. You feel what I'm saying? So I couldn't do nothing but cry, cause shit, that's all I know. My mama, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't have no daddy. You know what I mean? I had a daddy, but my daddy wasn't there. You know what I mean? So then I'm looking for my brother. I'm like, man, where my brother at? You know what I mean? I don't know where he went. Like, he wasn't in the house though. I guess they had already told him, but they told me last cause I was the baby, man. That shit hurt. That shit hurt. Like, nobody'll never know growing up without your mama, and then Mother's Day coming up. You feel what I'm saying? So this shit hurt me like every year. You know what I mean? Just thinking about it. You know what I mean? Niggas take their mama for granted. You can't take your mama for granted, cause you never know your mama when your mama not gonna be here. So I be saying, like, some of my buddy be cursing their mama. I like, bro, you can't do that, bro. You don't. What if your mama can be gone tomorrow, bro? I don't have no mama, bro. So why you gonna sit here and curse your mama out? Man, that shit hurt, man. That shit hurt growing up without a mama though, man. You know what I mean? Then, like, my folks didn't have no car, you feel what I'm saying? So, shit, like in elementary, middle school and shit, you know what I mean? Like, we used to have little honor programs and shit, and nobody was never there for me, you know what I mean? Cause they didn't have no car and they had to work too, you know what I mean? They couldn't afford to take no day out because there was so many people my auntie had to take care of. She had a good job, you know what I mean? My great aunt, she had to take care of. She had a good job, but shit, it's 20 more people in the house, you know what I mean? Not doing shit, you know what I mean? Then my great grandma, you know what I mean? She ain't have no job, you know what I mean? She like 70-some years old. She's just taking care of things around the house, but she used to work for an old white lady too, like cleaning up, but you know what I mean, they had stuff they had to do, so I had to understand that, you know what I mean, but it's rough. It's rough growing up and you ain't got nobody to support you. You on honor roll and shit, man. Ain't nobody showing up. Shit, man, I remember my 6th grade graduation, nobody came. Like, man, that shit is rough, man. Nigga don't know how rough it is growing up without parents. It get rough. I mean, that's why I just try to tell people, man, you gotta be there for your mama, man. Know what I mean? Cause shit, I don't got no mama.
How did you cope with this back then?
I don't even know, man. I don't know how to cope with it, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna even say I had a good support system, you know what I mean? Because shit, what is a support? I don't know what a support system is. I'm 11 years old, you know what I mean? So I'm just going with the flow of things, you know what I mean? Only thing I got is my brother, you know what I mean, and my friends, you know what I mean? So shit, I'm just living life as a kid, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard. It's hard, so I don't know how I cope with it, like, or I say still to this day, I think about it, you know what I mean? Cause shit, I got 2 little girls. I got one little girl 8 and one little girl 5, and you know what I mean? They may look at pictures and shit, and they ask me about their grandma, like, that shit hard. Like, I'm trying to explain to them, you know what I mean? And they not understanding, like, grandma is deceased, so shit, you know what I mean? And it's hard too because shit, I ain't got nobody, like, you know what I mean? I gotta pay people. I gotta come out my pocket, you know what I mean? When I got shit to do, you know what I mean? I got shit to do. I got business I gotta take care of, and I have my kids, you know what I mean? I gotta pay people. Why my kid, you know what I mean? Why I go handle my business, you know what I mean? So shit, if I had my mama, shit, I know I wouldn't have to do none of that, you know what I mean? Cause she'll be right here with me, whatever I say. My mama, if my mama was alive, man, my mama would be straight. You know what I mean? She wouldn't be working at no Walmart. I ain't knocking nobody who work at Walmart, but shit, if you a nigga out here and you having your way, shit, why your mama working? You know what I mean? Ain't no reason your mama should be working. So my mama won't be working or none of that. My mama will be right at my house, you know what I mean, with my kids, you know what I mean? Not having to worry about nothing, driving the most expensive car, rocking the most expensive shoes, the purses, all that. You feel what I'm saying?
Back then, being 11, did you get any counseling, any therapy?
Nah, I ain't get none of that. You know what I mean? I ain't get none of that. I just had good friends, you know what I mean? Like Marco, you know what I mean? Mark Hugh, you know what I mean? Good brothers, you know what I mean? JG, you know what I mean? Future Casino, Mexico ran out, everybody, you know, when stuff like that happen, when somebody get taken from you, you know what I mean, at a young age, you know what I mean, you don't identify with adults, so you identify with your friends, you know what I mean, you make it through those things with friends, or the friends and family, but not adults. You make it through with everybody who around the same age as you. I mean, so no counseling. I still wouldn't get counseling to the day. I wouldn't want nobody telling me about myself. That's some white folk shit.
You wouldn't want that right now.
Nah, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't never go see no counselor about nothing that goes on with myself, cause I feel like, how the fuck you gonna tell me about myself when you don't know me? Okay, true enough, you may got a degree in psychology or whatever, but you can't tell me about myself. How can you when you don't know me? Like, I'm sitting down with you and you asking me questions and I'm telling you, then you flipping it, you reversing it. It's like some reverse psychology shit. Like, do you tell this to all your patients? Like, nah, I wouldn't never do no counseling still to this day. You know what I mean? I just cope with whatever I'm going through. You know what I mean? For real.
One might watch this interview and say, don't knock it till you try it.
Man, I'ma knock it. I'm not never trying no counseling. Like, no. I'm not never trying no counseling. I never try no counseling. Even if I was Kanye, I still wouldn't try no counseling. That nigga need counseling.
You attended the funeral?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely did that. I remember that funeral like it was yesterday too. I mean, see, my mama was a good woman, you know what I mean? So a lot of people were there, you feel what I'm saying? My mother was a good woman. And then she was beautiful, you know what I mean? So everybody was there. Everybody came and showed love and support. You know what I mean? Still to this day, you know what I mean? I might see somebody and they'll know who I am because, like, everybody in my family, we got characteristics of each other, you know what I mean? So you see somebody in my family, you're going to know that we related because all of us look alike. Like, from the Griffith family, like Kurtwood really made, I'm gonna make this clear. Like, Kurtwood really made like 3 families, you know what I mean, who dominant over there. The Barnes family, the Bice family, and the Griffith family. Other than that, you know what I mean, nobody knows. No other family's heritage go deeper in Kurtwood than those 3 families. For real.
Was that the first funeral you ever attended?
Nah. It definitely wasn't the first funeral I ever attended. I remember I had a little brother, man. His name was Brandon. He died when he died when he was a baby. You know what I mean? So that was the first funeral I ever attended, and shit, to be honest, I don't even remember nothing about him because, like, I was so young, you know what I mean? So I don't remember nothing about him. I think I was probably like 3 years old. So I don't remember nothing. Like, God bless his soul. I wish he were here to this day, but I don't remember nothing about him.
This was the toughest funeral, though, you ever attended?
My mother's funeral. My mother's funeral was the toughest funeral I attended. But now, my buddy Blake, his funeral was by far the toughest funeral I attended. Well, yeah, I ever attended because, man, it's on the same level. You know what I mean? My buddy Blake, he died in a shooting at the Metropolitan Louse at a recording studio. So, man, I remember that day like it was yesterday, man. I was out of town. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in Boston doing a feature with somebody, and my buddy Marque called my phone talking about Blake got shot. Blake got shot and he's dead. You know what I mean? So I'm like, hell no. You know what I mean? Because like a couple of weeks before that, you know what I mean, Bankroll got killed. Bankroll Fresh got killed, and you know what I mean, Bankroll was a close friend, but Blake, he was closer to Bankroll than me, you know what I mean? And me and Blake, we real close, like his mother is my mother, his dad is my dad, his auntie is my auntie, so that shit really hurt me. Like, I remember that incident, man. Like, shit be happening in Atlanta, man. And I think it can be prevented because, you know what I mean, it's just a lot of hate. You know what I mean? Like, niggas be hating on niggas because of, you know what I mean, because of these bitches. You know what I mean? Excuse my language, but nigga be hating because of these bitches, and then nigga be hating because you on the rise. Like, it's just hate, you know what I mean? But Blake funeral, man, that shit was sad, man. Like, cause I ain't had nothing hit me close like that since my mama died. So, man, I'm at a loss for words because it was so bad, man. It was so bad because I just look at it like you can't be around new niggas. You know what I mean? A lot of these niggas, man, they be having other shit going on and you don't even know. You don't even know what they got going on. Like, okay, you can been on killed somebody, but you ain't gonna tell me. You know what I mean? So I'm with you. We lollygagging around and then I'm caught in the crossfire. You know what I mean? You can been on road somebody and I'm caught in the crossfire, and that's how that situation occurred. Like, he with some niggas who got a million and one things going on. Like, the shit was on First 48. Like, I ain't know what really transpired until I seen the First 48. You know what I mean? So, but I just wish he would have been at Marco Down studio or been at Lounge Street studio or something like that instead of one of these rinky dink studio, man. Like, that shit crazy, man.
In regards to your mom, what do you miss the most about her?
I miss everything about my mom, man.
Is there something that sticks out, though, that just, above all else?
She was just a loving, caring, generous person, you know what I mean? And that's what everybody loved about her. Like, she gonna put herself first before she gonna put you first before she put herself. So, I mean, that's the one thing I really loved about my mama. That's the one thing what stick out in my mind, what I remember, you know what I mean? I don't remember much, you know what I mean? I don't remember much, but that's the one thing I remember. She made sure that we had on the cleanest shoe, the next pair of J's will come out, the newest pair of J's, we got them, the Tommy, the Nautica, the Jabot, you need all that right there, man. Oh yeah, that's the thing I remember about my mama.
Hard to remember, but do you have a favorite memory of her?
Yeah. I remember every Saturday night, like they used to have a barbecue, especially in the summertime. They used to have a barbecue, and you know what I mean, they used to be playing they Run the Isley, you know what I mean? So shit. That's how I know some of them old school songs, you know what I mean? So that's the best memory I can remember. Like, they used to have the old cookouts in the summertime. On every Saturday, they used to have them cookouts playing all that old school music. Yeah.
Somebody watching this, maybe they're going through the death of a parent. Circumstances could be different for everybody, but is there any general advice you have to somebody that has to cope with the death of a parent?
Man, it ain't easy. I tell you that. I mean, so anybody who coping with the death of your parent, man, you just gotta hang in there, and you can't. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a young buck, you know what I mean? You can't let your daddy, your father death or your mother death determine where you going in life. You know what I mean? You just gotta use it as a stepping stone and step over it, you know what I mean, and keep it pushing. You know what I mean? It's gonna be hard to keep it pushing, but you gotta keep it pushing because that's what your mama or your dad want. They ain't gonna want you to just crawl up in the shell and just be stuck. You know what I mean? That ain't what you put here for. You put here on this face of the earth you put here to get a future, to, you know what I mean, to process. So, you know what I mean, though I tell them to just keep striving for greatness, because that don't stop nothing. Just because your mother or your dad passed, that don't mean nothing. You still got a life that you gotta live.
How do you carry on her legacy?
Man, I carry on her legacy by being her son. You know what I mean? I'm on the rise, you know what I mean? I'm a success. I'm a success in my eyes and a lot of people already, you know what I mean? So that's how I carry on her legacy, you know what I mean? By being one of her successful sons.
Even the sponsorship this weekend for the single moms.
Yeah. The single mom, yeah. I did a little giveaway, you know what I mean, for the single moms. I did a giveaway because, you know what I mean, it's a lot of women out here. It's a lot of single moms out here, you know what I mean, who don't have no husband or baby dad or whatever, you know what I mean, they just been left for dead. So, you know what I mean, I took it in my hands and I fulfilled 2 women. I pampered them, you know what I mean, and we went all out for them, you know what I mean, because that's what you're supposed to do. It's Mother's Day weekend too, you know what I mean. So yeah, I told them women that it wasn't all on them, that it was all on me, and that's what I live by. You know what I mean? I made their eyes open, you know what I mean? I made them very happy. So yeah.
Was that emotional for you?
Yeah, it was very emotional for me because like I was down in Miami. I just got back from Miami. I had some things going on down there with music or whatever, so I just left from Miami. So my PR, Paul, he called me, you know what I mean, and my cameraman called me. They let me talk to him, and the women, they were very happy with what we did for them. So that really made me feel good, because at the end of the day, you know what I mean, I feel like God put you in certain situations so you can look out for others, you know what I mean. So that's what I'm here for, you know what I mean. I feel like God didn't bless me with these things that I got without being able to give back to his people, you know what I mean? So yeah, that felt good doing that.
How'd you pick them?
We went on, I had an interview with the Dirty Boys. So, you know what I mean, while we was up there, we told the women to call in, you know what I mean, and it was, we chose out of like 1,000 women, man. We chose out of like 1,000 women, but you know what I mean, we chose the ones that we felt really was in need. You know what I mean? Cause it was a lot of them in need, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna keep those contacts, because when I get on the level where I can give back to all of them, you know what I mean, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna bless them women, because there was a lot of them who were in need. But like these women right here, they were really in need. So yeah, that's how we picked them. We told them to send a story, you know what I mean, about what they got going on. You know what I mean? So that's how we chose. And one of the women, I'm not gonna say no name or whatever, but one of the women was saying that before I got on the radio and said those things about giving back or what have you, that she was contemplating suicide. You know what I mean? So we stopped it, you know what I mean, by fulfilling and making her feel special, you know what I mean, making her feel that she's wanted on this earth, you know what I mean. We stopped it, you know what I mean. So big ups to her.
Your mom ever saw the musical side of you?
Yeah, she did. She did. She really did, because growing up, I used to be in all the criminal plays. I used to be the lead in all the criminal plays, Thanksgiving plays, you know what I mean? All of that. And shit, when she used to put on that old school music, I used to be right there. Love and happiness. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, man. that run the eyes, but yeah, she seen it. She definitely seen it.
What would she think of where you're at now in your career?
Man, she'll tell me, baby boy, you done made it far, but you got a long way to go. You know what I mean? You gonna be one of the greats. You gonna be big, boy. You gonna be big, because you got a great head on your shoulders and you very business savvy. So yeah, that's what she'll tell me.
Have you made a song about her yet?
I made a lot of songs about my mom. You know what I mean? Cause, you know, I get an email. I get a lot of emails of beats. You know what I mean? And then when I'm in the studio, the beats, they talk to you. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Once that first second come on, it talk to you. So it grab your attention right away. So, you know what I mean? I get a lot of beats. Some be that type of beat where I want to talk about my mama. You know what I mean? So yeah, I done made a lot of songs about my mama. Yeah.
Is that an emotional process?
Yeah, it's always an emotional process, because I miss my mama. I always think about my mama to this day. Like shit, you see, I just shed a lot of tears, cause shit, I thought about my mama. So it's always an emotional process. It's something that I feel like I never get over. You know what I mean? I know how to cope with, but I never get over. You can never get over the passing of a loved one, especially not your mama. You know what I mean? There's no way possible, because you feel like your mama's supposed to be right here with you. Yeah.
You've shed tears while you've created songs about her?
Yeah, I have. Every time. That's why I said every time I create a song about my mama, I shed a tear, because I reminisce. You know what I mean? No matter what I do, I never lie. I always tell the truth. Yeah.
Ever got too emotional where you just couldn't finish the song and just said, forget about it?
Yeah, I have. I ain't gonna sit here in front. Yeah, I have, because sometimes your thoughts get so deep. You know what I mean? They get so deep to the point that you at a loss for words. So you just stuck. You at a standstill in your thought process. So yeah, I have. I have to come back the next day, and matter of fact, I won't even finish it. You know what I mean? Because shit, that's how I was feeling at that moment. So I can't go back and relive that moment. So it'll just be on the hard drive.
Have any of those songs about your mom actually been released?
Yeah. We don't release a lot of. I don't release. I think about 3 of them. So yeah.
What are those names? Song titles?
Shit, man. Damn, you just got me right there, because it's been a minute. But Never Lie. Yeah, Never Lie. Never Lie. What is it? You Don't Feel My Struggle. And something else, I can't even think of the name.